Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of the regular season for the Seahawks franchise. We take on the Denver Broncos here today, and 5 years ago, these were the two teams facing off in the Super Bowl. That's right. What a difference 5 years makes. As Sebastian Janikowski is going to kick it deep right here to Carlos Henderson, and it is going to go out of bounds at the 25. But that's right, 5 years ago, these two teams were playing in the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks destroyed the Broncos. However, new quarterback, two different teams, with some key players still on them, and Case Keenum will be the starter for the Denver Broncos. No more Peyton Manning, as Keenum is going to fake it to Devontae Booker on the first play, and he is going deep. And it's dropped by Demaryius Thomas, being covered by the smaller Justin Coleman on the play. Immediately right there, Case Keenum trying to use all the arm strength he possibly has to be able to make a play right there. Here we go, 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. The defensive line pinches in, and Booker is going to get met by Earl Thomas for a gain of 3 yards right there. And let's talk about this Seattle team for a bit. Earl Thomas and Pete Carroll had a conversation earlier today. They do not want to talk about contracts for at least a couple of weeks. So they're eyeing week 3 or week 4 to talk about contracts. So Seahawks fans, keep it on your radar. Case Keenum throws it to Booker. He is going to get called for a penalty, it seems like. Let's hear what the officials have to say.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Even though it's a penalty, if you're the Seahawks, you don't want to give up a play like that. So I'm not going to hold that against Keenum. That was just a hell of a play on his part. But 4th and 11, Marquette King set the punt. Tyler Lockett back to receive. Will he have a chance to receive it? Yes, he will. And Lockett going to be brought down right there by Kenny Vaccaro. Coming over for the New Orleans Saints. It was Tennessee and Denver in a bidding war for him, and Denver ended up winning this one in franchise. Russell Wilson now coming out with J.D. McKissick as the new starting running back, or actually still the starter. He keeps his job. Anyway, Russell Wilson gonna throw it to Doug Baldwin, and he comes up with it. Nice catch over Bradley Roby, brought down by Chris Harris Jr. for a gain of 21. And that's what you want to see from Doug Baldwin. That's what you want to see from Russell Wilson. Those two are going to have to be on the same page for this offense to get going against defenses like this. 1st and 10, J.D. McKissick going to get the handoff right here. And he is going to be brought down by a host of defenders right there for Denver. Looks like Darian Stewart was in there on the play. 2nd and 5 right here. We got the I formation, 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Wilson. Flag on the play. Trey Madden comes up with the catch, but let's see what the flag is. Pete Carroll might have a clue.
Holding. Offense.
And it looks like the offense, Jermaine Ifedi, going to be called for holding. By the way, I do want to update you guys on some free agent signings throughout this process. The players we released, John Ryan got picked up by the Buffalo Bills as McKissick gets the handoff. Going to be brought down there, right there by Will Parks. Yeah, John Ryan was picked up by the Buffalo Bills. Jermaine Ifedi picked up by the Jets. And that's as far as I know about free agents from the Seattle team going elsewhere. 3rd and 2 right here. Wilson may change the play. I think he likes what he sees. And Will Dissly going to catch the football and move the chains. He's going to get the first down right there. Brought down by a host of Broncos defenders. We saw Bradley Chubb in there as well. But Will Parks is going to come out away with the tackle. This Broncos defense is hard to play against, I'll tell you that. It's going to have to be quick reads because this offensive line ain't holding up. As you see, Ed Dixon, what a catch. Todd Davis was all over his back. And here he is, man, just making catches. No big deal. 6-yard gain for Ed Dixon. And we see the I formation again. Trey Madden is in the game. Wilson with a handoff to McKissick. Shaquille Barrett's not there to make the hit, but Darian Stewart is. And McKissick getting up jaw-jacking right there, saying he still hung on to the football. You're damn right, man. You kind of need to hang on to the football. That's all I'm going to say. 1st and 10 right here. And Tyler Lockett gets the touchdown. Russell Wilson able to draw a corner in by scrambling out to his left, and he just finds Tyler Lockett. Good job by Russell Wilson keeping his eyes downfield, looking for Tyler Lockett. And he is going to score the first touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks on the year. Sebastian Janikowski here with the extra point impending. We got ourselves a 7-0 lead, and Seattle off to a hot start. 7-play, 62-yard drive. Ends with a TD. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, in Mile High. The kick is up. Carlos Henderson back to receive, and he's not going to get a chance to bring it out. It's going back to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 right here for Case Keenum once again. As you see Coleman right there coming in on Demaryius Thomas. Case Keenum right here with the fake to Devontae Booker. He is going to find his tight end underneath. Herman. Herman, that's his name, not Herman. Jake Butt also in at tight end, along with the rookie tight end from Wisconsin, number 84. Royce Freeman going to be brought down by Alexander and Griffin for a gain of 5 yards. Royce Freeman, you know, the power back for this set. Him and Devontae Booker in a split backfield. At times they do split the carries as well. And this may end the first quarter, depending on if they get the snap off. And yes, it's the end of the first quarter. Seattle's already up 7-0. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. Their defense playing really good against the run, and against the pass, they're not looking too bad, but I'd like to see improvement. Case Keenum in shotgun formation. Another play fake to Booker. No one's faked out except for Shaquille Griffin, who Emmanuel Sanders hit him with a nice move right there and makes a nice cut inside. 13-yard gain for the veteran Emmanuel Sanders. 32 years old. Case Keenum as well, back in shotgun formation. He's going to fake it again to Devontae Booker. I'm just trying to figure out who exactly is faked out. If you're not running the ball effectively, why would you keep calling play action? That's one of my big concerns right now. Not really too sure what Case Keenum in this offense is trying to accomplish. Keenum again, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Now it's a handoff to Booker. And the run game getting absolutely eaten up right now by Jaron Reed, former Alabama defensive tackle. 5 wide right here. 3rd and 12 for Case Keenum. 4 defensive linemen coming in, and Keenum gonna overthrow Demaryius Thomas. He had Justin Coleman beat, but Earl Thomas was there to close in as well. 4th and 12, and well, base defense out here. I guess they're expecting the kick to be kind of low because Earl Thomas is getting back. They're not even gonna try to block it. And what do you know, Brandon McManus, you just can't make it, dude. That's all I'm going to say. 1st down and 10 now for Seattle. They only have 48 yards to go because of the miss. So it's good to gamble. They were in a base defense, but it's good to gamble. As you see, Von Miller is going to be covering J.D. McKissick, which means they're going to dump it off to the flat for Ed Dixon, and Von Miller gets ran over, but without bringing down Ed Dixon, who picks up 7 yards for the Seahawks, and they're going to keep the chains moving. This Seattle offense right now seems to be clicking on all cylinders, and Chris Carson has entered the game. He is the power back for this team. Carson trying to power his way forward. Does he get enough for the 1st down? Let's see. 3rd and short. There's an injury on the field. Hopefully we can get a report and figure out who it is. We'll find out shortly. It's 3rd and 1. We got ourselves a 5-wide formation. There's J.D. McKissick on the field. We got Doug Baldwin as well. Dixon, Marshall Lockett, all on the field. And J.D. McKissick almost spinning out of the arms of Chris Harris Jr., but he is going to be brought down on the play. Only 6 throws for this Seattle offense. You would think they'd be throwing it more and running it more, but the Broncos have dominated time of possession up to this point. Russell Wilson going to hand it off to J.D. McKissick again, and he is going to be brought down by Brandon Marshall and Todd Davis. McKissick able to get his 4th rush in. A gain of 4, and Chris Carson with a shoulder strain will not be returning. So C.J. Procise will be taking his place. That hurts, man. A nice power back for this team, and they had a power back coming a couple of weeks ago. DeMarco Murray tried to get a word in with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll didn't bite because he said, quote, "We like what we have," and a nice dump off here to J.D. McKissick, brought down by Shaquille Barrett. But yeah, man, DeMarco Murray looking for a job, and Pete Carroll basically shut him down, saying, "No, we're good. We like what we have." Here we go. Ed Dixon in motion. And Von Miller absolutely eats it up against Russell Wilson. And the 2-minute warning is here. Or the minute 59 warning. Who knows? 2nd and 14. Here we go right here with the I formation. It looks like, yep, Trey Madden's out there. 2 receivers, 1 tight end. JD in the backfield. Wilson. Fake hike. And he's going to throw it to Ed Dixon, who tries to get across the plane. He's a yard short. Man, let me go ahead and tell you. When you're at the 1-yard line with this team, you should know what to do. Hopefully, we'll see. They're going to flip the play right here. Doug Baldwin coming around to the other side. Rashad Penny filling in for Chris Carson. Baldwin in motion. And Penny does just enough to get across the plane. His first touchdown in the NFL regular season game. Seattle doing the smart thing right there, running it opposite of Von Miller's side. And right as someone had a chance, that's Brandon Marshall. As soon as he had a chance to bring down Penny, he just couldn't. And Ed Dixon now coming in. He is going to line up on the field for the extra point. And Seabass hits the upright, and he just misses it. Sebastian Janikowski not having a good season. He's missed some preseason kicks. He misses the kick right here. Not a good look for Seabass. Considering this team just cut Jason Myers, who I believe was also picked up by a different team. It's not good. You don't want to have to cut Seabass because he's missing kicks. Henderson is brought down by Will Dissly, the backup tight end, who is wearing Jimmy Graham's number. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Case Keenum and company back on the field. They could use a score, don't we all agree? Right here, Keenum rolling out. He's going to throw it to Cortland Sutton. He is brought down by Justin Coleman. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The no huddle begins right now. Corner blitz doesn't get there in time. Cortland Sutton going to pick up the first down right there. A nice 3 or 4 yard catch. Keenum no longer with the Vikings, no longer with Pat Shurmur, his former offensive coordinator. It's all Keenum just trying to do what he can, and Wagner gonna get the pick. Wagner gets a quick interception off of Case Keenum, looking for his tight end. Wagner, the all-pro linebacker, already off to a great start. To me, it looks like this team is going to be built off their front 7. And when you have your all-pro linebacker making plays like that, Man, it's going to be a hell of a season. Wilson with Lockett in motion. First down and 10. Nice little drag route to Lockett. He gets leveled by Brandon Marshall. And you can see right here, Russell Wilson just trying to get his guys to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mix it up with a run right here to J.D. McKissick, and it doesn't work. And Seattle just going to have to call a timeout. That didn't work at all. They end up losing yards because of it. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, J.D. McKissick in the backfield as well. A linebacker going to motion out with him, or a safety. Dixon underneath. Dixon going to do the smart thing and get out of bounds. Gains about 10 yards. Russell Wilson, 10 straight complete passes. Already a very efficient day for Wilson, who didn't have a whole lot of preseason action. He only played weeks 2 and 4. So for a guy that hasn't played a whole lot in the preseason, he looks pretty good. And J.D. McKissick going to be brought down on the play. They're going to go ahead and no huddle. They have 2 timeouts to work with, but they may like what they see from the defense. And Ed Dixon, quick gain right there. First and goal at the 10-yard line. First and goal right here. 10 yards to go. Russell Wilson and company looking pretty good. It's been a good drive for him. Doug Baldwin on Chris Harris Jr. in the slot. Looking a little extra crispy. And Russell Wilson gonna get sacked on the play, and they are just gonna let the clock run down a little bit. And Seattle is gonna come out here for the field goal. Seattle was all in terms of trying to score the touchdown, but right here Sebastian Janikowski is going to redeem himself for the missed extra point and score his field goal. And entering halftime, they are up 16-0 on Vance Joseph's Denver Broncos. That's also another major thing that's changed. It's Vance Joseph coaching this team. It's not Wade Phillips on the defense. It's not Gary Kubiak on the offense. As you see right here, we are at the halftime show. Here's what's going on in Washington versus Arizona. Sam Bradford right there with a touchdown and an interception. Larry Fitzgerald only 1 catch for 7 yards. David Johnson, 8 attempts for 38 yards as well. They are trailing the Redskins. What about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers? Let's see what's going on right there. It's a 14-0 lead. Phillip Rivers, very efficient 2-touchdown performance. Keenan Allen with 6 catches for 91 yards. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes is 6 for 11 for only 54 yards. What about this Monday night game between San Francisco and Minnesota? Well, it's 21-10, and that's how it's going to end. Dalvin Cook with 45 yards and a touchdown. Adam Thielen, 90 yards receiving. Jimmy Garoppolo only 55% completion percentage on the day. As you see some highlights right here. Wilson going to throw a nice touchdown right there to Tyler Lockett. And that is your highlight of the game. 16-0. Seattle is going to come out here with all the momentum. They're feeling great about what they've done. And Penny going to call for a fair catch. It hits the crossbar, bounces to about the 16-yard line. And Seattle, they're on cloud 9. They're very confident. The one thing they struggled with all preseason was getting points on the board. They have had no problem with that. And J.D. McKissick out here to run the football, and he is going to be brought down by Bradley Roby. 33 yards for him on the day on 7 rushing attempts. Just under 5 yards a carry. That's going to win some football games. 2nd and 3 right here. Russell Wilson going through his progression. Fake hike. Oh, and he gets sacked right there. Shaquille Barrett is in there again to sack Russell Wilson. Even though they're winning, the offensive line showing their weaknesses. We got 4 receivers on the field and Ed Dixon. Here's the 5-wide set. No secret on what play this is going to be. It's a passing play. Russell Wilson going to dive straight ahead. just trying to pick up all the yards he can get. He's going to do just enough to get the first down. Situational football right there. Russell Wilson knew where he had to be. And here comes Rashad Penny. He's back on the field. Only one run for him for a yard. Let's see what happens here. Well, he meets Von Miller, but he's going to get 2 yards. Not too bad. You're going up against one of the best players. You can only do so much, man. J.D. McKissic back in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Wilson, it's a play fake. Gonna dump it off right there to Dixon, and Von Miller coming in for the hit, a gain of 4. Russell Wilson has been very efficient today. Only 12 passes for 12. 6 of them to Ed Dixon. He's having a great day, a career start for Russell Wilson. It's hard to do that in the NFL. 3rd and 4. Wilson's just going to run for the first down. Going to slide right there. Picks up a nice chunk, about 17. J.D. McKissic now in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And J.D. going to pick up about 6 yards right there. Injured player on the field. We'll find out about more who it is here in a moment. Well, it's not J.D. McKissic, which is good. Pistol formation right here. Play fake. Baldwin laying it all out there, completing the pass. He's going to catch it for 18 yards, and Wilson is 13 of 13. And left guard Eric Pochik is going to get hurt right there. So the left guard spot was already weak. Now it just took a major hit. Rashad Penny back in the game. 2 tight ends and a fullback. And he's brought down on the play by Pecco. 2nd and 9. Here we go. Bunch formation. J.D. McKissic is the back. And J.D. McKissic tries to put a move on Brandon Marshall, and it's not going to work. He only gets 3 yards. But Russell Wilson having a very efficient day. This is like Kurt Warner, Peyton Manning stuff. Very good days for them. And Ed Dixon going to get the touchdown. Russell Wilson has completed 15 straight passes. That's got to be near a record. He's already surpassed his personal record. That's got to be close to a record. And Seattle up 23-0. This has been a clinic. Seattle is dominating Case Keenum and the Denver Broncos. Carlos Henderson back to receive the kick. Henderson going to be brought down on the play by DJ Alexander, who made the official roster. He was very surprised about it. He tweeted out how proud he was to be a member of the Seattle Seahawks. And, you know, he may not play a whole lot unless someone goes down, but he is just very happy to be out there. Case Keenum going to give the ball to Devontae Booker, and he's going to be brought down by KJ Wright. It's been a rough day. That front 7, you know, the secondary may have been the Seahawks' identity for many years, but this front 7 right here is very impressive. Not all household names, but you got Wagner, you got Frank Clark. They'll get it done for you. 2nd and 6, Case Keenum going to get brought down by Maurice Alexander on the play. That's Devin Booker, and that is going to end the 3rd quarter. Entering the 4th quarter, Seattle's up 23-0. A premature victory celebration? Not yet. We got to see what Case Keenum does on 3rd and 4. Keenum, shotgun, he's going to pass it. Looking for Booker out of the backfield, and Wagner's just there to clean it up. 4th and 6, they got to go for it. They're in a terrible spot right now. They got to do something. Keenum going to throw it to Sanders, and he is going to get the 4th down completion. Emmanuel Sanders having a nice game. He's made a couple of nice catches in this game, as you see right there, just 2 catches. Like I said, a couple of nice catches. Here we go right here. Case Keenum going to step up in the pocket. Throws it to Thomas. Makes a man miss. Maurice Alexander going to bring him down. But I think Demaryius Thomas is just short of the 1st down. And yes, he is. Case Keenum and company, they're going to need to get the job done right now. And here we go. Devontae Booker in the backfield. 3 receivers and a tight end. Keenum going to throw it out to Heuerman. And he is going to get the 1st down right there on the play. Doing enough to keep the chains moving. Keenum in shotgun formation again. This time the tight end and the running back have switched sides. Same formation. Keenum back to throw it. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to complete it to Sanders. And Shaquille Griffin is not having the best day in coverage. Coleman's doing a pretty decent job. Byron Maxwell, we haven't really said his name a whole lot, but Griffin, who is going to be cornerback number 1 throughout the year, he's going to have to show me something. Keenum scrambling out. He's going to complete it to Devontae Booker. Wagner's just all over it. 2nd and 8 right here. As you see, Devontae Booker has 2 receptions for no yards. D'Angelo Henderson comes into the backfield now. Keenum 2nd and 8, excuse me. And Bobby Wagner's there again. No yards right there on the play. Actually, they'll give him 1. But technically, he gained nothing. So 3rd and 7. Trips left. Case Keenum in shotgun formation. Devontae Booker is the back. Case Keenum goes to hike it. He's going to throw it across the middle to Carlos Henderson, and Byron Maxwell recovers the ball, and he went in about 3 different motions before going down. And Henderson, right when they got something going, it immediately just went away. One thing is for sure in this game, even if it's 5 years ago, 1 year ago, or today, the Seattle Seahawks just have their number. But right there, Bradley Chubb has the number of J.D. McKissick because he is in the backfield once again. 2-minute warning right here. It's 2nd and 12. We'll have to see what the play call is right here. Ed Dixon going to move to the other side. J.D. going to get the toss. Decent block right there from his guard, but J.D. gets tripped up. Only getting back to the original line of scrimmage. So not the best play right there. And Russell Wilson finally throws his first incomplete pass. It took about all game for him. He was on a historic pace in terms of completion percentage. Michael Dixon, the rookie punter, the first time he's seen the field all game. And he's going to punt this ball all the way to the 18. It does get a bounce to about the 25-yard line. He's brought down at the 28, him being Carlos Henderson at the wide receiver position. And the starting defense is back out here. 5 wide for Case Keenum. Henderson and Sutton check into the game at the receiver position. Keenum in shotgun. He is going to throw it right there to Henderson. But that ball is knocked away right there by K.J. Wright, who has been on all of these receivers like butter on toast, white on rice. Hell, whatever you want to say, whatever metaphor you want to use. It's been a tough game for these linebackers, or these receivers on linebackers. As you see, Keenum right there throws an incomplete pass. Keenum definitely showing he's not worth the contract, but like we said earlier, they have all season. And no matter what, Seattle just seems to have Denver's number. That's just how it is sometimes, man. And Case Keenum is going to be brought down by Frank Clark, and the Broncos call a timeout. Looks like they're going to throw in the towel and just punt it. Marquette King going to punt it away. What's funny is that was the only sack given up by this Denver offensive line. It was to Frank Clark at the very end of the game, where they're barely even trying because they already lost. And Tyler Lockett going to be brought down on the play right there by number 22 of the Denver Broncos. I'll give you a hint, it's not C.J. Anderson. And it looks like Seattle just wants to run this football out. And J.D. McKissick going to do just enough right there to get about 4 yards. A great win right here for the Seattle Seahawks as they enter next week with momentum. They're 1-0. Meanwhile, for the Denver Broncos, they enter in 0-1, which is not a great start. Their schedule is actually workable for the first 5 weeks, but this was one of their tougher matchups. We'll have to see how they progress throughout the year. J.D. McKissick going to stay in bounds right here to keep the clock going, and Vaccaro going to bring him down. And it's 1st and 10. The Seattle Seahawks, it looks like they pitched a shutout this time, and Case Keenum didn't look too good. The running backs in the passing game were doing nothing against K.J. Wright and Bobby Wagner. And right here, man, Seattle, the one concern they had all preseason, they've uplifted it. It was just getting points on the board as Shaquille Barrett going to get the final tackle right here, and that's going to be it. 23-0. It was a well-rounded game. Pitching a shutout is a big deal for a defense who's lost its identity over the years. Pitching a shutout is huge. No Richard Sherman. Cam Chancellor retires. All you really have is Earl Thomas, and we don't even know how much longer he will be a member of the Seahawks. Rumors keep going around that he wants a contract or he wants to be traded. He's not willing to talk about contracts until week 3. The deadline is after week 8. Something's got to give here in Seattle. There's still a lot of concerns, but a win here today just makes you temporarily forget about them. As you see Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, just walking away in disappointment. That has been the theme, ladies and gentlemen, and Russell Wilson probably going to win Player of the Week, man. Just a great percentage in the completion percentage department. And that's really going to be it for this game, and hopefully you guys do enjoy. Next week, we're going to look at who we'll be facing, and that's pretty much going to be it for this. Let's just see. Next week, we face the Chicago Bears in prime time football. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. However, I got to tell you, man, Shaquille Griffin didn't look too good last game. However, he's still going to remain the starter. Wagner, like we said, won't be talking until week 3, which, ironically, week 3 could be a team he ends up on, the Dallas Cowboys. So definitely keep your eye on that. I'm JJ Domination. Don't forget to like, comment your feedback down below. Let me know how you feel about the series, and peace out.